Welcome to our living room. So today is a special day because it's the first day of Hanukkah, and Barry's going to talk more about that, coming from his Jewish tradition. And today is the first Sunday in Advent, and I'm going to talk more about that, coming from my tradition. So I'll begin, and then Barry will share about Hanukkah. And we, in our family, we've always celebrated both simultaneously, and it's just beautiful, because really it's all about the light. So Advent, my father was from Germany, my mother was from Sweden, and Advent is a custom in both of these countries. So it was really important to both of them. And in Waldorf education, it's also really, really important. Different traditions, and you start 4 Sundays before Christmas. And the point of Advent is that, well, it's a very visual, beautiful thing. And you place 4 candles, and you can place them in holders or get a special rack that holds 4 candles. How you place them is not that important, but it goes in like a little square. And then if you are out, if you're outside, and you could cut a few evergreen boughs and kind of place them around, it just looks really, really beautiful. So my family, when my brother went off to college, my parents went through a really hard time. My father had a reoccurrence of his polio that he had as a child, and he couldn't work. And my mother worked, but wasn't able to make very much money. And our family became very poor, and just barely enough money to have food on the table. And this lasted for about 4 years. So when we would do the Advent, the 3 of us, my mother, my father, and myself, the first candle that we would light would be for hope, because each of the 4 candles stands for something that is important to you. So we always lit the candle of hope, and we would have the room darkened, and then we would light the candle of hope. And the light would just, even one candle in a dark room shines, really lightens the room. And the 3 of us would feel that promise of hope, that it wouldn't always be this way. My father wouldn't always be so sick with the polio, and that we wouldn't always be so poor. And year after year, we always lit the candle for hope. And it just was such a beautiful thing to do. So I want to encourage you, if you want to have a new tradition, or maybe you do this already, is to light these Advent candles. The second week you light the first one and the second one, and then you go on until they're all lit. Our children used to love this so much. And we did it with Hanukkah.
Hanukkah is also known as the Festival of Light. It's all about light. It's at the dark time of the year, getting close to the winter solstice. But when you were talking about lighting that one candle, it just reminded me of a quote and I really love this quote. It's, whether a room has been dark for 1 day or 1 hour or 100 years, the light of one candle is the same. It lightens the room regardless of how long it's been dark. And I use this quote sometimes because sometimes people feel like, there's a darkness inside, and it's been a long time, and they've been suffering a long time. But just think about that. You light that candle. Doesn't matter how long it's been dark. It's light.
It dispels the darkness.
Yeah, exactly. So the other thing about Hanukkah, and I actually didn't know this, but I just for the fun of it, I looked up the meaning of the word Hanukkah, which actually starts tonight, and it means dedication. And I love that because, yes, it was originally the dedication of the Second Temple in Jerusalem, but really what it is about is the dedication to your own temple, right? To your own heart temple. The dedication to that inner temple, okay? The sacredness of you. And I want to sing a song that it's a very short phrase in Hebrew, and I always loved this, and I wanted to create English words to it. So, but the Hebrew words are kadosh shamayim. Kadosh is holiness, okay, sacredness. Shamayim is the literally the place where God dwells, the highest heaven where God dwells. And where is the highest heaven? But right inside. So kadosh, 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 shamayim. And the words I in English that I came up with are sacred holiness dwelling within us.
That's beautiful, Barry.
Thanks. Yeah. Kadosh, 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 Shamayim, Kadosh, 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 Shamayim. Sacred holiness dwelling within us. Feel that. Sacred holiness dwelling within us. Kadosh, 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 Shamayim. Sacred holiness dwelling within us. So take a moment with your eyes closed to feel that Kadosh Shamayim, the highest sacred place, is right in the temple of your heart. Feel that. Feel that. If we can open to that, then we stop looking for it outside and just breathe and recognize It's within us. So happy Hanukkah. Happy dedication to the light within you.
So this is what we'll be doing in these weeks, is lighting the Hanukkah candles and also the Advent candles. And when we do, it adds a bit of sacredness to our lives. And we all need that touch of sacredness. So we encourage you to perhaps create your own ritual or celebrate Hanukkah or Advent, but create something so that every day in this month there is that touch of the sacredness. It will make this holiday season very holy and very special.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and thank you, those of you who share this video with your friends. Thank you so much for helping get these little messages out there.
All right.
All right?
Bye.
So, thank you. God bless you.